all of you, all students. We have been reading this chapter, The Little Girl, and I had already explained you the 6 paragraphs, how the little girl Kezia is afraid of her father, and she stammers when she has to talk to her father, and grandmother of the girl Kezia sends her to talk with father and mother. She waits for the father to wake up, and then what happened one day, grandmother told her that father's birthday was coming and suggested to make her a pin cushion as a gift for father, and she makes it, but she fills the pin cushion with the sheets of paper which were important for the father, in which father had prepared some speech to deliver next day. And when the father comes to know about this incident, he was very angry. I am just taking it at the last paragraph. We read the 6th one. She was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro. Means Kezia was taken to the father. Father was pacing to and fro, means just moving here and there, hands behind his back, anxiously, angrily. He said, "Well," mother explained what had happened. He stopped and stared at the child. Father, "Did you do that?" No, she whispered. The girl was afraid. "Mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damn thing," that pin cushion, and see that the child is put to bed this instant. Means right now, send this little girl to her bed. Then what happened? Let's read it from here. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room, watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. She was trying to explain, she was crying. When she reached in her room, it was lit with the light, and there were different shadows on the floor making different patterns. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. "I am going to beat you for this," he said. "Oh, no," she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside, pulled those bedclothes. "Sit up," he ordered, "and hold your hands. You must be taught once for all not to touch what does not belong to you." Means you should get some punishment, so that you would learn the lesson that you should not touch the things which are not yours. "But it was for your birthday," the little girl said. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Means he hit her on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. Later, grandmother came to her, comforted her, wrapping her in a shawl and rocking her in the moving chair. So, hugging the grandmother tightly, she said, crying, she said, "What did God make fathers for?" She sobbed, means sobbing, crying. She asked the grandmother, for what the God had made the fathers. "Here is a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose, go to sleep. That you will forget all about it in the morning." The grandmother was saying, "You don't think about that. Just with this clean hanky, just clean your nose and go to sleep. You will forget all about this in the morning." I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. The girl says, I tried to tell him, but he was not ready to listen. But the child never forgot. As the grandmother said, you would forget in the morning, but no, the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back, and a red color flew into her cheeks just because of fear. She used to hide her hands behind her back whenever now she saw her father. The McDonalds lived next door. The McDonald's family was their neighbor. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. Between their house, there was a fence, and there was some gap between that. So, through that gap, she saw those all children were playing. The father with the baby Mao on his shoulders, 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Once she saw the boys turn the hose on him. Hose means the water pipe. And he tried to catch them, laughing all the time. Means how lovingly the whole family, the father was playing with the children. She saw. Then it was, she decided there were different sorts of fathers. The thought came to her mind that there are different types of fathers. Suddenly, one day, mother became ill, and she and grandmother went to hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook, and that was all right in the daytime. Nothing happened, but while Alice was putting her to bed, means she was sending her to sleep to her bed, she grew suddenly afraid. What I'll do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often have nightmares and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. Horrible. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't you scream and wake your poor pa. Don't shout, don't scream, don't wake up your father. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, that horrible smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying, Grandma, Grandma. She woke, shivering to see father beside her bed. When she woke up because of the nightmare, she saw the father was standing beside her bed, a candle in his hand. Holding a candle, the father was standing. What's the matter? He asked. Father said, Oh, a butcher, a knife. I want Granny. He blew out the candle, bent down, and caught up the child in his arms. The father, bending down, he caught up the little girl in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. He lay down beside her. He nicely put the child on the bed and he also lay down beside her. Half asleep still with the butcher's smile all about her, it seemed, she crept close to him. She was still so afraid of the nightmare that she moved towards father, close to father, snuggled her head under his arms, and held her tightly to his shirt, his father's. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. Now she was not afraid of the dark anymore. Very still she was laying. Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm, father said. Your feet are cold. You just rub them against my feet. You will feel warm. Tired out, he slept before the little girl, and soon the father was slept because he was tired. A funny feeling came over her. Suddenly she felt, poor father, not so big after all, as she always thinks. After all, he is not so big, and with no one to look after him, and there is nobody who looks after the father. He was the harder, he was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. And every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald, because he works so hard every day and he is so tired after the day's work. That's why he is not like Mr. McDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. Now she realizes, she regrets that she had torn his father's papers. She stood suddenly and sighed, taking deep breath, sigh. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? Are you seeing another dream? The girl says, oh, my head is on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father, dear. No, no, it's nothing. I just was hearing your heart beating. Oh, what a big heart you have got, father. Now, suddenly, this was the change of the feelings in the child for her father. Now, the chapter gets complete, and tomorrow I'll be sending you the question answers to note down. Okay, that's all for now. Bye bye. Thank you.